is a car that is very much like the one that I had when I was 19 years old. This is a 71 Cutlass Convertible. It's a standard Cutlass. It's not a 442 or an SX. It has a 350 four-barrel from the factory, still the original engine. I think it even has the original carburetor on it. I was looking for a car like this one that I could do restoration work on, and I don't know to what extent we're going to do it. You know, we'll just start tearing into it. I'm not looking for trouble, but you know, I will fix everything that needs to be fixed or repaired or replaced. But whether or not we pull it off its frame is still yet to be determined. But the frame of the car is in excellent shape, as is the trunk. It does not need any floorboard replacement or anything like that. I bought the car in Akron, Ohio, and as you can see, it's in primer. There are some places that people have done some body work, but it does not look right now like we have to do any complete panel replacement. Might have to put some lowers on the one rear quarter, but I think the rest of it can be done with hammer and dolly. So this is my second or third trip doing some automotive restoration. Worked on a 66 Mustang before, as well as tore apart a 1982 Fiat Spider and put it back together, and did some work there. So I am not an expert at any of this. This is my first crack at a GM car. Unlike the Mustangs, there isn't a library of books that tells you take this bolt out, take this screw out, you know, in order to dismantle the car. So I'm going to do the best that I can to be as vigilant as I can, trying to keep record of where everything is and keep everything bagged and tagged. So you can see that it has the rally rims that are original to the car. All the center caps are in place. So the nice thing about this particular car, when I did go and see it, I saw a couple other ones, was that Chelsea, come on here and take a look at the interior. Although this interior is as hideous as hideous can be, as far as the color selection, it's kind of a mixture of the jade green and the dark green that came in on 1972s. As you can see from the dash, I'm not going to have to be sourcing any of these small chrome pieces. It already comes with the rally wheel, and it's only there's no air conditioning, and it just came with an AM radio. But everything is fully operational. I drove this car down from Akron to Columbus, and that was an extremely cold ride because the roof, the top on this car is completely shredded. I have it down right now, but you have to take my word for it. It was flapping in the wind, and it was about 25 degrees, and the heater worked, but the fan does not. So it was an extremely cold ride. I had to take it during the day because I didn't want to be driving at night. But we made it, and everything has worked out so far. I don't know how good the pictures will be of the engine compartment, but come on around here, Chelsea. This is the 350 Rocket. You can see that the fan shroud, the fender wells, and everything are extremely, in extremely good shape. There's some surface rust on some of them, but no panel replacements required. There'll probably be no real reason to pull this engine because it tested within specs as far as doing a compression test. The previous owner likes Cutlasses very much, and he rebuilt the Rochester carburetor. It's the original carburetor, and like I said, I drove it almost 150 miles. Very uneventful trip. So aside from it being extremely cold, but that's what we have to work with. First thing I'm going to do, actually, a couple nights ago, I pulled the gas tank. I pulled the gas tank out of the back of it because it had a pinhole leak, which turned very dramatic because I have the car up on jack stands and I had the floor jack in place under the pumpkin just as a safety precaution, and the gas tank had maybe a couple gallons of gas in it. I didn't realize that, and when it dropped, when I put the straps down, when it dropped, it got hung up on the jack, and the gas came pouring out all over the floor, and of course I had a light underneath there, and so it was kind of a harrowing experience for a minute. My daughter helped me out, and we safely got it out, but it wasn't without without some scary moment. But the first thing I'm going to do here is just go by the book and take off all the exterior trim pieces, the bumpers, and the associated wiring. And once that's done, I will log back in again.